Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm just gonna ramble on a bit. I did do a final journey here. I'm calling it a final journey because when you listen to it, this is with Archangel Lucifer, God of Israel, exploring the porn industry. When you listen to it, it will make a lot of sense why it feels like we're coming full circle on some kind of process, all right? And so is it about healing the porn industry in the past, the present, and the future? Or is it about where we stand at the nucleus of all time and this process of awakening to know the difference between what is a self-love action or what is a self-desecrating action? Which I think is a pretty interesting message because, oh man, so many cool things have been happening. And by the way, I will be posting that video soon. I just wanted to at least make this video to talk about some things. And now you have something to look forward to. You will love it, and it is a gift to you, all right? It's a gift for you, it's a gift for me, it's a gift for all souls. It was really beautiful. It did not remind me of the porn industry at all. It reminded me entirely of awakening and bringing in the golden nugget of our planet that is there for us during these times, and bringing that energy into our heart and realizing all the hard work we've been doing across landscapes of time, all right, and experience. Because in one way, you could say the porn industry has been there for us so that we could explore that pathway until, you know, you put the cake in the oven and the oven is baked, you take the cake out, okay, it's time for new things. It's time to eat the cake, and then now what do we want to bake, you know? And so we had the opportunity, the porn industry was there for us, and now we are going on to new things. So it's been kind of an interesting time because, all right, I've been going through something. So my inner compass has been erased all the way down to, if there were a mirror and I were to look into it, I have no idea what's looking back. So this concept of who am I has been following me for quite a few weeks now. And usually, you know what, I'll just zip my lip until I'm through this thing, because I'd rather be my authentic self than be some pretend version of my authentic self, just so I could put a video out there, which I do sometimes, just so you know. You know, because I feel like I've got to keep going, you know, I've got to keep going. And I kind of just I want to be imperfect, you know, I want to make some mistakes. I want to talk about this raw, rich stuff that is a part of my world, because it's a part of all of our worlds. Is what is Satan? What is an Archangel Lucifer all about? Like, what is this God of Israel from the Bible? Like, what does that even mean, you know? Like, if there's a God of Israel, what does that God represent in comparison to God? You know, I'm curious about this stuff. And so while I have no reflection in the mirror, I'm like, who am I? And it's like that caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. Who are you? You know, who am I? You know, I'm just stumbling my way forward, okay? Putting these videos out there, and I loved your guys' comments so much on that last video. Man, I actually can sit here and I can take your kind words in, which I feel is a gift, to be able to take in rich comments. You guys give me rich comments. Like, if you could have wealth that is money, you could have wealth that is compliment, and I'm wealthy. I have wealthy compliments, and I feel like I was struck with lightning, which you'll see. You've got to watch it, okay? I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna give you some time to watch this, but I'm gonna post this, and you really should watch it, because one of the themes in there is, it's almost like the Zeus concept of God striking you with a lightning bolt and waking you up, right? And I feel like I'm waking up to the richness then of myself, because a rich person, then that receives rich compliments, right? So I must be doing something right. And if I don't give myself permission to say, Abby, you're doing something right, then I could receive rich compliments, but they aren't the magic until I agree that I really am this rich of a person, you know? That's a hell of a thing to awaken to. So now here my reflection in the mirror is saying, Abby, you're good. You're good. I want to show you guys something. So yeah, I came across this. I posted this. Did you see this? On the Abbey Normal channel, we don't do any video edits. We just do this, do it like this. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, I should phase into this picture and then phase back. I'm like, yeah, no video edits here. Like, we just do the raw material. All right, so this says motivation and then it says discipline. Do you see the difference? Do you see? So sometimes I ask myself, like, how do you activate an inspiration to do a thing? And then like, it's almost like you have to, how do you magically poof, I want to do this, you know? It's sometimes you start from this like grudgingly low place, like, oh, I've got to do this thing, you know? So where do you even get the motivation, right? So it starts with discipline. And so this word discipline, it came up just a couple weeks ago, this word discipline. And I did a little video on Patreon, channeling the master of discipline, which was quite a strange experience. Yeah, but I've been using the word commitment, this word commitment. And so I've been doing this thing. Okay, I was talking about the reflection in the mirror, and I'm seeing myself clearly. And this complementary thing that's happening after I went through this dark time and like stumbling. I even described myself to a friend that I felt like I was a square falling down the stairs, clumsily falling downstairs. That's how I've been feeling for weeks, okay? Like a square clumsily falling downstairs. I have so many things on my mind. It's just, all right. Yeah, so, but I don't feel so clumsy. All right, but I have this thing, okay? I have this thing. Is that the right direction? Yeah, because we have bookmarks down there. All right, so this thing, it tells you, there's 320 pages in this thing. And this word commitment, so this is like a self-healing inspiration. This is tied to you guys being complimentary and me receiving that, me then saying, I'm good. So I am making a commitment to write in this every single day. Let me tell you about the magic of this. Okay, so the magic of this is we have thoughts that are non-tangible things, okay? And we have emotions that our tears are tangible things, right? Maybe we smile, it's a tangible thing, but like if we go inside ourselves, then this is some non-tangible reality inside ourselves, all right? So the magic is I take this pen here. Do you like my props? These are real. All right, so I take this pen here and I open this up, and then one letter, one word at a time, I fill in the pages every single day. I'm writing in this. I started writing in this on the 30th of March. I'm curious when I'll be done writing in this. I'll let you guys know. Stay tuned. I'll let you know. But so far, I've written it every single day. And it was a bit annoying because there was one day that I wrote, I'm a journal writer, so I wrote on my laptop. And like, it's fast. It's easy to click away on the laptop, but I said, wait, what am I doing? No, we are going to honor this the old-fashioned way, in natural human time. Like, this is the engine of my body, all right? My human relationship with what I can do as an actual human being authentically, slowly but surely, moving through natural time, all right? So this is a bit of a study that I'm exploring right now. I'm, the mouse in my own science experiment. I'm being kind to myself, okay? So I had to take what was it took me an hour to transpose it, like everything that was on my laptop that I wrote one day, and I put it in here. And I was like, no, we're not gonna do this. We're gonna honor our commitment to write in here. Old school, slow. So I've been doing that. And every day I've been feeling like this action is creating a physical achievement with my thoughts and feelings that is more healing for me than the laptop. And the commitment to take ownership of this, whether I feel like a sunny day or I feel like a rainy day, the commitment to this is honoring that picture that I showed you about discipline. So this is also secretly teaching me about natural pace of time. I feel like I need to learn it. In our world where we will take an hour-long segment and then smidge it into a 60-second digestible, like we're digesting so many digestibles that we're missing out on what is authentic human time, okay? The authentic human time that it takes to do human things. And this is teaching me to slow down. It's teaching me to honor penmanship. It's teaching me, it's giving me the gift of then the physical gift of actually here I have written content in here that is my story. No, that's my story. But I'm also doing this other thing, which you guys should try it too. So here's a statement. And so the statement then is my reflection in the mirror. I'm giving myself this statement. I think the statement is interesting, okay? So people would say, oh, well, that's just an affirmation. It's like, well, affirmations are statements. And so my affirmation or my statement is, today's my lucky day. Today is my lucky day. Today's my lucky day. Today is my lucky day. So let me try this for you. Today is your lucky day. Today's your lucky day. Today is your lucky day. Today's your freaking lucky day, all right? Today's your lucky day. So today it's our lucky day. It's our lucky day. Do you see how cool this is? All right, so I write, today's my lucky day. I'm writing in this. I'm taking ownership of it. So I have to hold myself to it. It's a commitment. It's a disciplinary action. And it's not whipping me. It's actually empowering me. So it's a really cool thing that this has happened. So I wanted to tell you guys this. I was really so moved by the journey that I did. I was going to share that first, but then, you know, I was like, but I want to tell you guys some cool things that have been going on. And I wanted to mention as well, because I had a really interesting comment on that last video and I loved it so much. So I appreciate you. You were worried about me. You were worried about me and you thought maybe I'd been replaced, okay? And that I was an AI imposter. I thought it was the most interesting thing anybody had ever said, and it just made my day. What you don't know is that on April Fool's Day, when you made that comment and you said that I was an AI imposter, I wrote in here, who am I? Who am I? And you filled in the blanks in some weird way. And by saying today's my lucky day, I feel like I'm attracting good luck. I feel like I'm attracting interesting new experiences. You know, luck isn't all about good luck either, okay? So all right, I'm gonna tell you guys something. Last month in March, I did a theme with leprechauns and it was so much fun, okay? So one of the things the leprechaun said at the end was, every day that you get out of bed, like you have to get up and be present in the day. Like to live a human life, you have to choose to have some level of presence. So when you choose to have that presence, why not also choose to claim it, all right? Or proclaim it? I'm claiming this and I'm proclaiming this. Today's my lucky day, right? Like, why not do that? And so I'm making a point to do that every day in this magical journal experience. And one of the things that it's also been gifting me is this crazy realization that I can't remember the last time I said something nice about myself. That's creepy. That's actually really a toxic state of existence if you don't even one time, you can't even remember the last time you said something nice about yourself. So the awareness of this magical book is giving me more than the laptop. And maybe it's a divine time thing, but it gave me access to you guys reading the comments and your generous, kind things that you said, then mixing in with this cleansing event where I'm so grateful to be who I am. And then if I'm grateful to be who I am, then I'm grateful to be able to express myself, and then give others an opportunity that others could be grateful for me. Wow, like I'm a good person. I did a journey to myself as well, and in the journey it really threw me for a loop, because if I haven't been saying nice things about myself, why? Why haven't I been? And there was this presentation of a child like me, and this is the truth. I was sold, all right, on the whole gold star thing. I was so sold on it, and I could achieve it. I was gonna be the best, and I was gonna get a gold star, and I was gonna get the prize, okay? So I was gonna be the best. So of course, I'm gonna do whatever it takes, all right, to get that gold star. And I still live my life the same way. Now, what's interesting is I was thinking about this word, to live a cursed life, okay? And if I were to say that I lived a cursed life, it's just an idea, it's just an idea. One of the things that that has been my curse, you could say, is I will do whatever it takes, but then what I receive in return does not uplift me, okay? So I feel like my life has been full of punishment. So I can get the gold star, but my gift and reward is a slam to the face with a baseball bat. It's like getting hit by a car. It's like getting, and it's in my heart. Like I have felt so beaten down in my heart that anything that I want, then I will lose, okay? I will lose. It doesn't matter the love or the care or the patience or the forgiveness. It doesn't matter. I'm going to experience loss to the point that it's like, I don't like to call it a trauma thing, but I don't like to say I want. And like I told you guys, the last thing I wanted was to have a baby, and then you guys know what happened. So that again was the curse, okay? But thank God, like today's my lucky day. And so I'm lucky enough to lose. Do you see what being lucky is all about? It's being lucky in all the wonderful ways, but it's also being lucky in the ways that make hardship. And so I'm lucky enough to have these hardships so that I could conquer what it means to me. Like the Lucifer thing, the madness of the loss that creates the response, right? The reflection in the mirror is, who am I now after this? I went through this. So you constantly are battling this cycle, right? But I'm lucky enough to have these experiences. So I'm lucky enough to then have this curse or whatever. And I've never even thought of that. I never even thought of it that way. But I'm always interested in, these riddles and reversing the mirror, and what does this idea actually mean if I were to put it in this way, and then what would I do? It's like, so if I'm cursed, then how do I remove the curse? I don't want to, because I don't have to, because I'm happy with the way things are, so I could be the person that I am, so I can sit here and then have the miracle of now realizing I haven't said a nice thing, you guys then saying these nice things. Like every breadcrumb of the Hansel and Gretel story that leads me to the witch's house, because I was lucky enough to get there. And then the riddle that I solved so I could defeat the witch and then survive it and then tell the story. Like all this stuff, it adds up and it creates really cool people. So what have you been lucky enough that you had, like the red letter day or the rainy day, and you got bashed to the ground? You were lucky enough, right? And then you were lucky enough to survive it so you could tell the tale. And then I would be lucky enough to hear it. Do you see how special this is? So one thing I wanted to mention, because that whole AI imposter thing was just so awesome to me, because I was trying to imagine, if we lived in a world of AI imposters, what would be the AI imposter motive? But it got me thinking about a story in my life. And I'm going to tell you the story because it's kind of like, more of my good luck, okay? All this good luck, okay? I was going through mind-boggling suffering, okay? Like incomprehensible. I have this, then I have this, and then I have this, and then I have this, and then I have this. Like I have all this, and then I have to be one with all of this. And I basically felt like human roadkill. For days and weeks and months and years, human roadkill, okay? Now, because I love the gold star, okay, I will do whatever it takes to be the best, okay? I will do whatever it takes to be the best. I have this thing in my nature, which so glad I have it because I'm very competitive, okay? And so I'll do whatever it takes to be the best. Now, try to do whatever it takes to be the best in your human roadkill. And you have to honor your commitment to your full-time job. And you have to come to your full-time job as though there's not a thing that is in the way of you completing your task. Even though there's everything in the way of you even being able to live anymore. Okay? Like, that's severe. But it doesn't matter because you have to go to work, because you have to pay your bills. So in some way, we are tied to these commitments because they keep us moving forward in our experiences no matter what happens. So they teach us then the discipline to conquer our non-tangible thoughts and feelings. Anyway, all right, so the AI imposter was me, all right? So when I would get up in the morning, I would put on the costume of a robot. I literally did this. And so in my mind, I would integrate into, theatrically become a robot, because robots function as long as they're turned on, all right? So then I would imagine a button in my back, and then my mind would push the button, and if the button was pushed on, then I, as the robotic self, then function, and the robot wears the costume then of Abbey, but is actually a functioning robot, which is actually containing the roadkill me that's barely breathing, until this me can resuscitate and then return to myself. So in a sane world, because it's such a sane world that drives us to do such things, right? And I live like that in order to function. In order to honor commitment. But it's not just me honoring commitment because I want to do that for myself. It's because I respect my employer, and I respect my role in that for that employer, and that employer needs me. That's why the employer offered me the job. So all of this stuff is me being in respect of the gifts that I was given to even have this job. Then the gifts that I was given to be so lucky to go through such a horrifying experience, to even be able to come up with the idea of becoming the robot that functioned until Abbey could heal somehow on the inside. But I still had to exist. I still had to present myself. So I had to learn how to present myself in the idea of who I thought I was and the reflection of who I am. So then I animate myself as that person. And while the real me then heals until I can actually authentically become that person. And so it's kind of like what I was saying at the beginning is, I've been going through this, I'm a square rolling down the stairs, and here I'm making these videos, and it's been pretty vulnerable for me, more than I can understand. Why am I doing this? Why am I talking about these things? Why do I feel shame? Why am I overwhelmed by judgment right now? Like, what is this? Where's my compass at? What is he? Who am I? You're an AI imposter. Like, I needed to hear that. That's why I appreciate that so much, because it was so creative too. And I really love creative ideas and other ways of seeing myself or seeing others or seeing the world. It's just like I was saying about the dark Jesus. Like, I can't even fathom the idea, because you go to Jesus and it's like, I don't even want to go to a dark Jesus because I love Jesus so much that I can't even allow myself to see him in any other way. He's so rich, all right? Again, the richness, right? There's a richness about Jesus that's real, and it's just a beautiful, loving, infinite love. Like, everybody is welcome. Everybody's loved. Everybody, come here and get a hug. That's what Jesus is like. No judgment. My dishwasher, I don't know if you can hear the growling in the background of my dishwasher. It's doing its thing. It's a stomach digesting. I don't know, dirty dishes and turning them into clean ones. Okay, well, I think I did good here. What do you guys gonna try this? Like, you gonna do this now? Hold on. Let's just show you what I'm talking about. Are you gonna do this? You gonna do that? Where's your motivation at? Where's your discipline at? Where's your lucky day at? Who are you? Explain yourself. All right, well, made you a video. It's really nice getting to sit here and talk. I will be posting this journey, which is going to be a healing gift to everybody, next week sometime. I'm actually doing some traveling. I will be going to a Joe Dispenza retreat mid-April, which I'm pretty excited about. So we'll just see where the world takes us. Time takes us, experience takes us. I wish you all a super great day. Oh, one more thing. Hey, guess what? Hey, so for a living, I do psychic energy healing work, okay? So if I can help you, just ask. Go to my website, book a session, let me know what you would like an outside the box perspective on. I'll chill out and share with you everything that comes to me about it, and we'll work through transforming anything that's in disharmony into harmony and empowering you on your way, okay? So that's what I do for a living. You can book a session at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. When you book a session with me, you are investing in my well-being, and then I get to invest in your well-being by completing my session, which is my commitment to you, okay? So you help me, I help you. I'm also on Patreon, where we do live streams out there, and we explore a theme each month, which is a bit of a study. So there's mini readings that I do, energy activation, psychic development, discussion. It's really fun. If it interests you, don't be shy. You can join patreon.com/abbeynormalswisdomquest. All right. Have a great day, everybody.